Well, very good morning to you. I really do hope I find you well. Should we have a quick look over the FA Cup tie tomorrow? Welcome to Agard Wrexham. My name's Steve Jones. So, tomorrow Wrexham play Nottingham Forest in the third round of the FA Cup. The good people of Nottingham will be travelling around about 2 hours, about 100 miles, 90 to 100 miles, to watch their team in action. Now, all this, of course, is weather permitting. We do have a bit of a storm coming in. Allegedly, it's going to be dropping around about 8 p.m. this evening, dropping a whole load of snow and hellfire and damnation and everything that goes with it. So we'll just have to wait and see on that one. But we've played Forest just 3 times in all competitions. But all those competitions are cup competitions. 1993, two-legged affair in the Football League Cup, losing 6-4 after a 3-3 draw at home. And once at this stage in the FA Cup in '92, on the 2nd of Jan at the racecourse, Wrexham winning out 3-1 winners, goals from Steve Diamond, Mick Vinter and Dixie. Now, just to put a little bit of meat on the bones, for those who are not quite au fait with how the FA Cup works, the first 2 or 3 weeks in Jan, when the third round of the FA Cup games are generally played, Wrexham have played 7 times in this round. The first one in 1946. On this day, it was a 4-1 loss against Blackpool, 8-2 overall. Of course, on this day, I mean the 9th. 1954, we played out a 3-3 draw against the then named Scunthorpe and Lindsay United, a very grand title, but we lost 6-4 to them. A 2-1 win over Reading. After a replay, came in 1957, and in 1960, a 2-1 loss to Leicester. 1963 saw a 3-0 loss to Liverpool, and 78, a 3-0 win over Bristol City after a replay. And then the strangest fixture of all came in 1979, when we drew Stockport. This game was postponed 9 times, actually played at the 10th attempt. Wrexham winning out comfortable winners on that one. 6-2 goals from Wayne Sagilski, a brace for Dixie, the late great John Lyons, Bobby Jinton and Les Cartwright scoring for Wrexham. And on the bench that day were former Red striker Stuart Lee, of course, Stuart famous for his goal against Anderlecht in the Cup Winners' Cup. Now, for those celebrating their birthday on Friday, i.e. the 9th, Josh Windass, current squad member, will be 32. Former goalkeeper Ken Hughes will be 60. Youth player Joe Reese, 18. And a man I really rated when he was with us. Had him on loan. They say don't fall in love with your loan players, but I really rated this guy. His midfielder, Danny Sonner, will be 54. Now, 36 players have played for both sides. Usual straw poll. Deli Adebola, Hamza Ben Sharif, Lee Camp, Matt Derbyshire, Terry Hennessy, Andy Marriott, Adriano Moke, Brett Ormrod, the previously mentioned Danny Sonner, and Gareth Taylor. And of course, current squad member Lewis O'Brien all have their birthdays on Friday. Now, who holds the appearance and goals records for Wrexham versus Forest, I hear you ask, or one of you at least. Bennett, Mercurial Gary Bennett, Cal Connolly, Paramedic John Cross, You'll Never Beat Phil Hardy, Eversteady Barry Jones, all got 2 appearances each. Excuse me. And goals record is Benno, Gary Bennett with 2. Now, Wrexham's overall FA Cup history. Appearances-wise, Arvon Griffiths, 44 appearances, Gareth Davis and Mel Sutton with 40. Now, goals, no great surprise that our record goal scorer in the FA Cup is Dixie, considering there was at least 2 seasons he scored in every round we played in. He scored 22 goals in the FA Cup. And the next one in the rankings is a chap called Bert Good. Now, I thought, I've heard the name when I'm doing my digging, so I'll dig a bit more. Bert played for Wrexham circa 1910. Played 275 times, scored in 148. He's quite prolific back in the day. He scored 20, Cal Connolly 16 and Paul Mullin with 12. Of course, Mulls won the Golden Ball 1 season with us, scored in every round. In the FA Cup, Wrexham played 3 127 times, winning 168, drawing 71, losing 133. When in the goals, it's 691 for and 595 against, giving us a goal difference of plus 96. Now, the furthest Wrexham have got is the quarterfinals. It breaks me heart to go through this one. We were playing Chesterfield. We were all over them, really, and we had a defensive mix-up. Chesterfield scored, and that was it. We couldn't get anything from it. There was 8,735 at Saltergate that day, with 2,200 from Wrexham. Of course, on a footnote, there is some local interest in the Forest squad, with Nico Williams, of course, born in Kevnmar in 2001. So where do we think this is going to go? Forest have got quite a bit of scrapping to do in the league, so I don't think it's going to be a first choice 11. It could be quite a fringe squad, I think. But I think with our current home form, we can prevail. Of course, it will all depend on the weather and what's put in front of us. If Sean Dyche decides to go with his first team squad members, or a majority of them, it's not going to be an easy game. It will just show what the difference is between where we are and, albeit the bottom of the Premier League, there's still a big gulf in quality. Okay, so that's that one, but I'm still going for a home win. I was interested to see the statement on safe standing barriers. And we've discussed this in work at great length, and we just can't understand why you put a statement out that you're doing safe standing barriers. That's fine, in fact, you're doing it, but then you turn around and say you can't stand up unless it's for certain. That just baffles everybody that I've spoken to about it. For me, I would have left it, gone, season begins, and it's done, and that's the rule, and that's what we've got to stick to. So, yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. We're going to see how that one stands out. I just find it a very, very confusing statement to put out, and why it's been put out, I really don't know. Also interesting to see the interest in young Harry Ash. I've waxed lyrical on Harry quite a few times now. He's going to be a phenomenal player. The phrase I always used with Max, he's as good as he wants to be. That really suits Harry as well. Going to be a phenomenal player. I just hope the right choice is made should he go out on loan. Right, I think that's it. I'll be off to work in a little while, so have yourselves a good day. Hopefully this game will go on tomorrow, and the weather's not going to be as bad as they say it's going to be. We can get the game on. I'm going to put it out there. I wasn't going to bother. If anybody's got a spare, let me know. Usual channels. Twitter's favourite, at SteveWast230. Welcome to the Red Horde. Good to have you on board. New subscriber. Good to see you. Anybody else who's just dropped on this inane droll, just like, subscribe, and share. So have a good day. Careful in what you do. And I will indeed see you later.